Okay, good evening everyone. So today we are going to start with an activity which will let you know what we are going to discuss about today. So you will be you'll have to guess these food products basically what they are. You'll be writing their names in the comment section below. I'll give you 10 to 20 seconds for that. Yes, you can see there are 5 different food products that are there. You will be naming those food products. What they are. Either they are fruit or it is a vegetable. Yes, so the first one is potato, and the second one that is in front of it is apple, and this one is an onion, while this one, yes, very good, you are doing great. This one, this is chilies, and this is pomegranate. Yes, very good students, you have identified them well. So we'll be moving forward, and here we can see there are type of nutrition that is we have already discussed, that is autotrophs and heterotrophs. So auto basically means self and trophs means feed. They will feed themselves, and in this category we have plants use simple inorganic substances and either light energy. Photosynthesis is the process in which the light energy is being utilized, water is being utilized, and carbon dioxide is being utilized to form food by the process that is known as photosynthesis in case of plants. Or we can say in this, chemical energy is there to synthesize food. And if we talk about heterotrophs, they obtain energy through intake and digestion of organic substances, for example animals and plant tissues. Yes, we are dependent on others for our food, and we are falling under the category of heterotrophs. So we will be moving forward now. We'll be discussing more about these things. Yes, so if we talk about nutrition, we have discussed these two type of nutrition till now, and also till here we have discussed the autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and further heterotrophic mode of nutrition is again divided into 3 types. Those 3 types are saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, and holozoic nutrition. The saprophytic nutrition is the example of it is the organisms that are undergoing saprophytic nutrition are fungi and yeast. While if we talk about parasitic, then we have cascata and plasmodium in the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, under parasitic mode of nutrition. And the last category that is yet to be discussed is the holozoic mode of nutrition, falling under the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And the examples we can see here is man, dog, and amoeba. So we'll be taking a look at what holozoic mode of nutrition is all about. So we'll be moving forward. Yes, so if we talk about holozoic mode of nutrition, the organism feed by ingesting solid organic material. So solid organic material is being ingested by the organism, which is then digested and absorbed into their bodies. Yes, in case of humans as well, we ingest different solid materials. Yes, yes, so if we talk about humans also, we also take solid material, solid organic material into our body. We ingest that, we eat upon that, and then we digest that material, and our body is absorbing the nutrients that are present in that solid organic matter. The example that is there is we humans, animals, and insectivorous plants as well. So when you say insectivorous plants, there are different plants. There are some of the plants, there are some of the exceptions that are there. Certainly most of the plants are basically autotrophs, but some of the plants that are there, just like insectivorous plants, they feed on solid matter as well, and they are dependent on basically the autotrophs. Yes, so if you talk about saprotrophism, saprophytes are those organisms which feed on dead and decaying matter, which we have discussed earlier as well, and they include bacteria and fungi which digest the food externally before the nutrients are absorbed. So we have seen that how they were releasing certain digestive enzymes around themselves to digest or to break down the organic matter, and they will be taken up by the membrane of that organism later on. So if we talk about parasitism, then they obtain nutrients from living organisms. Basically, they are not obtaining any nutrition from the dead and decaying matter, just like saprotrophs basically. But in this case, they are taking nutrients from living organisms, and the parasites organism obtains nutrients by living on or in the body of the host. And a good example for that is leeches and lice. Ticks are also there. They are sucking blood from the host, and from the body they are from where they are attached, and they are taking the benefit from, we were calling it as the host body, and they are not killing the host completely. They are just taking the benefits from it while keeping the host alive. So that is all about parasitism, and we have discussed all three type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now we'll be moving forward. Yes, herbivores and carnivores. So what do you know about it? Have you heard anywhere these two terms? That what are herbivores and carnivores? You'll be discussing. You'll be answering your guesses in the comment box below. I'll give you 5 seconds to make your guesses. Yes, so we will be moving forward. You are quite aware about what they are. We'll be discussing a little bit more about it. So, in holozoic nutrition, we have herbivores and carnivores. If we talk about herbivores, animals that feed on plants. So, these are some examples: that tortoise, then there is grasshopper and rabbit. These are the herbivores. They feed on plants. And if we talk about carnivores, organisms that eat other animals will be falling under the category of carnivores. So we can say under holozoic nutrition as well, we have different categories, herbivores and carnivores, because certain organisms are falling under the category of herbivores and certain of them are falling under the category of carnivores. Yes, you will be giving answer to these questions. The question one is that the process of taking food, drink or another substance into the body by swallowing or absorbing it is known as, yes, the process of taking food, drink or another substance into the body by swallowing or absorbing is known as, yes, the correct answer to this question should be this process of taking food and substance into the body by swallowing or absorbing is known as digestion, the process of digestion basically. If we talk about the second question, then how many types of holozoic nutrition are there? Yes, I'll be giving you 5 seconds to give response to this question in the comment section below. Yes, so the answer to this question is, we have discussed about two holozoic type of nutrition that was falling under the category of the nutrition that is followed by the herbivores and the nutrition that was being followed by the carnivores. The herbivores were basically feeding on plants, while carnivores were basically feeding on other animals. Yes, so we will be moving forward. So if we talk about this, then we have insectivorous plants basically. So we eat food from our mouth. Animals also eat their food with the help of mouth. But what about plants? If a plant is said to be insectivorous, then he must be eating the other organism with the help of a mouth, right? But it is rare to see a plant with a mouth. So we'll be looking at it now. Yes, now insectivorous plants. You can see in the picture, you can see a mouth. The tentacles like structure are also there, which are used to trap the insect or any organism, any small creatures which may enter this path, and there will be some chemicals will be released by this plant. Then that the insect will be trapped in this narrow path and it will be eaten by the insectivorous plant basically. So if we talk about insectivorous plants are those plants that derive some or most of the nutrients by trapping and consuming animals, mainly insects. Yes, so the example of these type of plants is pitcher plant and Venus flytraps. So they are like traps. We must have seen fly traps in real life as well. So a plant which also looks like that, so it is given name according to that only. So Venus flytraps and pitcher plant are the example of insectivorous plants. So you can watch, you can explore them by yourself again. So we should be moving forward. So if we talk about insectivorous plants, they are also known as, first, carnivorous plants, herbivorous plants, both or none. Yes, I'll give you 10 seconds to think upon and answer this question. Yes, you can put your responses in the comment section below. Yes, so the answer to this question should be, so let me just plug in the charger. Yes, so for the second question, give some example of insectivorous plants. We have discussed the two examples earlier as well. You can give from those examples as well. So you will be writing the example of insectivorous plants. Well, I'll give you 4 to 5 seconds to answer that question. Yes, yes. The answer to this question will be Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. These are the two examples of insectivorous plants that are common in nature. Yes, so if we talk about the next thing that we are going to discuss about is mutualism or symbiosis. Okay, if we talk about mutualism and symbiosis, yes, so when we talk about mutualism, if this is an organism, be it any organism, and this is the other organism, any animal or plant or we say human, if one is taking some benefit from this organism is taking some benefit from this organism, and in turn the first organism is also taking some benefit from the second organism. So if the benefits are mutual, we can say that they are sharing mutual benefits. The one is also getting the benefit and the other is also getting the benefit. So we are calling it as mutualism or symbiosis because both are getting benefit and none of them are being affected by this relation. The arrangement is equal for both of them. So we are calling this whole arrangement as symbiosis. Yeah, we are also calling it as mutualism. Yes, so we'll be moving forward with this thought and discussing more about it. Yes, so there are certain plants which live in association with other species and share their food resources. Both the types mutually gain from each other. Such plants and the relationship they follow are called as symbiosis. For example, certain fungi live inside the root of plants. The plant provides nutrient to the fungus and in turn, the fungus provides water and certain nutrients. Yes, now you must be clear about the mutual relationship that is being followed in certain areas in nature. So if we talk about the E. coli that is present in our digestive system as well, in a large intestine, we know that certain helpful bacteria are also present. So E. coli is also in another example. It is a positive bacteria. It is getting some food to feed upon in our intestine, basically in our digestive system, and we in turn are getting benefits from that bacteria because it is feeding upon the germs that are present in our food that we take sometimes in the fecal matter. So it will be taking upon that, he will be gaining the food and will be getting rid of the certain bacteria, certain other harmful things that are present in our fecal matter. So that is also a example of a symbiotic relationship that is present in nature. So we'll be moving forward. A bird sitting on the bed on the back of a rhino is an example of symbiosis. Yes or no? And give your reasons. A bird sitting on the back of a rhino is an example of symbiosis. Are they following a mutual relationship? They are both getting the benefit or not? What do you think it should be? You will be giving your answers in the comment section below. Yes. So if the bird is just sitting, then there won't be any relationship. If the bird is sitting and eating lice on the rhino, then this relationship would be symbiotic relationship because the bird is feeding upon the lice or the insects that are there on the rhino while the rhino is getting rid of the insects that were bothering him, right? So it will be coming under the category of symbiotic relationship or mutualism basically. So we'll do a quick recap of things. So we have discussed today heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and under that we have mainly discussed about the Holozoic mode of nutrition. We know that when solid matter is taken by the body, by the organism, and it is being digested and broken into parts to assimilate the content we have taken, then we are calling it as Holozoic nutrition. And we have discussed three types of categories that are there under the Holozoic nutrition. The first category was herbivores, that is animals that feeds on plants. You will be giving the example for that what are herbivores, what example can you give of herbivores? And the other is carnivores. and that these are the organisms that eats other animals. And the last one is the insectivores. Yes, so if we talk about insectivorous plants, so plants that feed on insects will be coming under the category of insectivorous plants. I'll be giving you 20 to 30 seconds to think upon all these points and give two examples of these three different holozoic type of nutrition, basically herbivores, carnivores, and insectivorous plants. You will be giving two examples of each of these. Yes. Yes, so the example for the herbivores would be rabbit and grasshopper. And if you talk about carnivores, the example should be lion and tiger. Yes, very good students. Yes, so if we talk about insectivorous plants, then the examples would be Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. Yes, very good students, you have done well. Now you will be telling the relationship about what happens in this type of relationship, that is mutualism or symbiotic relationship. You will be giving an example of this in the comment section below. Yes, I'll give you 10 to 20 seconds to give the answer to this question. Mutualism or symbiotic type of relationship. You will be explaining that what it is and an example of it. Yes, we have discussed this mutualism earlier as well. If there is one person and it is getting benefit from the other person, and the other person in turn is also receiving the benefit from the first person, because they are both getting the benefit, so it will be falling under the category of mutualism. An example for that you will be telling me. Yes, so the fungi who sometimes live on the roots of the plants, they fix nitrogen, but there's some bacteria as well who fix nitrogen for the plant while they are getting the nutrition from the roots of the plant. So they are also having a mutual type of relationship that is present in the nature. So we will be moving forward, and you will be coming along with this homework. That is why nutrition is necessary for an organism, that we will be doing. And the second question will be, what are the various type of heterotrophic nutrition? We have discussed three type of nutritions, that is saprotrophic, saprotrophic and parasitic, and the holozoic type of nutrition. And you'll be discussing about the holozoic type of nutrition. What categories does it have? That was herbivores, carnivores, and insectivorous plants. Basically, you will be writing about that as well. And one activity that you have to do, that is, you'll take a picture of bread and moisten it with water, leave it in a moist warm place for 2 to 3 days, or until fluffy patches appear on them. We have already seen in this in real life as well. Sometimes when the bread is outside and there is moist condition in the atmosphere, then the breads get patches, fluffy patches on it. What is the color of these patches? You'll be observing that. You'll observe the patches under a microscope. It will be difficult to have a microscope in your home. So if you are going to school and you are in a lab, you can observe that under the microscope, or a magnifying glass would be enough. You'll be writing down your observations in the notebook, and you will see cotton-like threads, or we can say white greenish-like threads that are spread on the piece of bread. So I hope you will be able to do this activity properly with the careful instructions, while following the instructions carefully. Yes, so we'll be meeting again with an interesting topic. Till then, if there are any queries, you will be writing those queries in the comment section below. I'll be answering to those whenever I will be finding time. I'll be surely answering to those queries. And if there is any suggestions which I need to work on, you will be writing those as well. I'll be happy to improve. Yes, so today we have discussed about the mainly about the Holozoic mode of nutrition and what different categories does it have, right? The saprotrophic, parasitic, and Holozoic. Saprotrophic, parasitic, and the Holozoic basically. And under Holozoic there are different categories, three categories, that is herbivores, carnivores, and insectivorous, which are plants basically. Yes, so you will be doing this homework and we'll be meeting again in the next class. Till then, stay happy and healthy, and session is going to end soon now. I'll be checking about the details. Sorry for the disturbance. This is going to end soon.